Your stomach growls. You check the time. It has been 4 hours since you last ate. You feel a mild panic, a need to fix this immediately. A snack, a meal, something. Now imagine your ancestor feeling that exact same sensation. Same growling stomach, same biological signal. But instead of panic, they felt information. Instead of reaching for food, they kept walking. Their body switched fuel sources automatically, from glucose to fat, and they continued functioning perfectly. What did they know that you forgot? Your body was designed for famine. Every gene, every metabolic pathway, every survival mechanism. For 300,000 years, food was never guaranteed. Your body optimized for scarcity. And then, about 70 years ago, supermarkets happened. Constant abundance, food everywhere, all the time. Your body is running ancient software on modern hardware, and it has absolutely no idea what to do with a world where food never stops coming. This is the old human. We have explored how ancient humans walked across continents, what they smoked around the fire, and how they slept in piles. Today, the episode that explains why your body craves what it craves, stores what it stores, and panics when it panics. How did ancient humans handle hunger? The answer is not what you think, and it changes everything about how you should be eating. If you have watched other videos about ancient diets, you have heard about paleo and keto and intermittent fasting. This is not another diet video. This is about why every diet fails for the same reason. They are all trying to solve a problem created by the fact that we are ancient bodies in a modern food environment. Your body is not broken. It is doing exactly what it evolved to do. The environment is what changed. And until you understand that, no diet will ever work. There is a popular image of ancient humans that gets repeated so often it became common knowledge without anyone checking if it was true. The starving caveman, gaunt, desperate, perpetually one bad hunt away from death. This idea is so embedded in modern thinking that it became the foundation of scientific theories about obesity and diabetes. But when researchers actually tested whether hunter-gatherers experienced more famine than farmers, the data said something genuinely surprising. Hunter-gatherers experienced famine less frequently and less severely than the farmers who came after them. The reason is simple: diversity. A hunter-gatherer had hundreds of food sources: plants, nuts, tubers, berries, small game, fish, large game occasionally. If one source failed, they ate something else. A farmer had 1 or 2 crops. If the wheat failed, the farmer starved. Early human survival depended on knowing the landscape like a grocery store and never depending on any single aisle. Your ancestors could identify over 200 edible plant species. They knew which roots stored water in the dry season, which bark could be ground into flour, which insects were protein-rich. They ate over 150 different plant species per year. You eat about 20, most of them wheat, corn, and soy in various processed forms. The hunter-gatherer diet was the most diverse diet in human history. Yours is one of the least. 3 meals a day is not biology. It is a factory schedule invented roughly 200 years ago during the Industrial Revolution. Your ancestors ate when food was available. Sometimes once a day, sometimes 6 times, sometimes not at all for a day or two, and their bodies handled it perfectly. They had metabolic flexibility, the ability to switch between fuel sources seamlessly, without symptoms, without panic. Your ancestors' body could go from fully fed to fully fasted without a single negative symptom. Energy stable, mood stable, mind clear. Your body panics if lunch is 30 minutes late. Blood sugar crashes, irritability spikes, brain fog descends. The difference is not your biology, it is your metabolic flexibility. Your ancestors had it, you lost it, not because you are weak, because you never practice. The thrifty gene hypothesis explains everything. For 300,000 years, humans who could store fat efficiently during times of plenty survived the lean times that always followed. Those genes were selected for generation after generation. Your body is genetically programmed to hear Calories are available and respond with store everything. Winter is coming. The problem is, winter never comes anymore. Your body is doing exactly what it evolved to do. It detects calories, especially sugar and fat, which were rare and precious for your ancestors, and it stores them. It does not know the difference between finding a beehive once per summer and drinking a soda every afternoon. The signal is the same, the response is the same, and the result, well, you can see the result everywhere you look. The foods that trigger your body's most powerful storage response, sugar, fat, salt, evolved to be scarce. Honey was a rare summer find. Fatty meat was a successful hunt. Salt was traded across continents. Your ancestors encountered these foods occasionally in small amounts in the context of an otherwise lean diet. You eat them at every meal in industrial quantities, and your ancient metabolism cannot cope. Pause for a moment. Every video about ancient hunger will tell you what they ate and how often. Almost none of them will tell you what they worshipped. For 300,000 years, the most valuable food on earth was not sugar. It was fat, bone marrow, organ meats, the parts of the animal that you throw away. And understanding why will change how you think about every calorie you consume. Ancient humans worshipped fat. When a successful hunt brought down a large animal, the first thing they ate was not the lean muscle meat. It was the bone marrow, cracked open and scooped out while it was still warm. The liver, the heart, the brain, the fatty tissues around the organs. These were the most calorie-dense, nutrient-rich foods in existence. And modern humans have removed almost all of them from the food supply. Organ meats contain nutrients that muscle meat completely lacks. Liver has 10 times the vitamin A of steak. Heart has 5 times the CoQ10, critical for cardiovascular health. Bone marrow contains essential fatty acids and stem cells found nowhere else in the animal. Your ancestors ate the whole animal, nose to tail. You eat the leanest, least nutritious part and throw away the rest, and then you take supplements to replace what you discarded. If your ancestor walked through a modern supermarket, they would be horrified. The meat aisle is all muscle, no organs, no bones, no fat except what is marbled into steaks. The parts of the animal they valued most, the parts that kept them alive through winters, have been completely removed from the modern food system. You are eating the leftovers of the animal and wondering why you feel depleted. Your body has 2 completely separate fuel systems. The glucose system, burn sugar, requires constant eating. The fat system, burn stored body fat, activates automatically when food is scarce. Your ancestors used both, switching seamlessly. You use only one. Your fat-burning system has atrophied from disuse, not because it is broken, but because you never ask it to work. Ketosis was not invented by a Silicon Valley biohacker. It was the default winter metabolic state for every human who ever lived before agriculture. Summer was abundant. Your ancestors ate fresh food, stored fat. Autumn was harvest, nuts, seeds, fattened animals. Winter was scarcity, and the body switched to burning stored fat automatically. Every winter, for 300,000 years, you pay for a metabolic state that was once free and automatic. You struggle to enter ketosis, counting carbs, testing blood, suffering through the adaptation period. Your ancestors' body did it effortlessly. The difference is metabolic flexibility, the body's ability to move between fuel systems without resistance. It is trainable, it is recoverable, but it requires you to do something your ancestors did by necessity. Go without food occasionally and let your body remember how to burn its own fat. Your ancestors' gut was a fortress, a diverse ecosystem of bacteria, hundreds of species working together, that could extract nutrients from fibrous plants your body cannot digest. When food was scarce, they survived on things that would pass through you completely untouched. The difference is not just what you eat, it is what your gut can do with what you eat. Fermented foods, soil exposure, no antibiotics, no hand sanitizer. The ancient gut microbiome was trained by constant contact with the natural world. It was resilient, diverse, and powerful. Yours was trained in a sterile kitchen, depleted by antibiotics, and fed a diet of processed ingredients that starve the beneficial bacteria and feed the harmful ones. The gut is not just a digestive organ, it is an immune organ, a mood regulator, a second brain. And yours is running at a fraction of its capacity. Food sharing was not generosity, it was the most sophisticated insurance system ever invented. A hunter-gatherer who shared generously during their successful hunts was fed generously during their lean times. The debt was remembered. The reputation was edible. Prehistoric survival strategies did not depend on individual skill. They depended on community memory. The best-fed ancient human was not the best hunter. It was the person who had shared the most. When you give away food, you are not losing it. You are storing it in the stomachs and memories of everyone who will return the favor when you need it. This system predates money by 300,000 years. It is the original economy, and it worked because everyone understood the same simple rule. Share when you have, receive when you need. Your ancestors never ate alone. Every meal was social. Food moved between hands. Conversation flowed. You eat more meals alone than with other people, in your car, at your desk, in front of a screen, and that isolation changes how your body processes food. The same meal, eaten alone versus eaten with others, produces different hormonal responses. Your body knows the difference. It evolved to eat together, and it has no idea what to do with a solitary meal. Here is what none of the other videos will tell you. Hunger is not your enemy. It is a language your body speaks, and you have forgotten how to listen. Your ancestors knew the difference between hunger and craving, between the body asking for fuel and the brain asking for dopamine, between genuine need and manufactured desire. That distinction is the difference between health and the modern obesity epidemic. Hunger and craving are not the same thing. Hunger is a clean signal from the stomach. Energy is low, find food, burn stored fat in the meantime. Craving is a hijacked dopamine loop. The brain has been trained by processed food to demand more, regardless of energy status. Your ancestors experienced hunger, you experience craving, and you have been taught to treat them as the same thing. Ancient human habits included being hungry regularly and not panicking about it. Hunger was not an emergency. It was a normal state between meals that might be hours or days apart. Your ancestors could be genuinely hungry and still be fully functional, walking, gathering, thinking clearly. Can you? Most modern humans have lost the ability to tolerate even mild hunger without emotional distress. That is not normal biology. That is a trained response, and it can be untrained. Your hunger hormones are broken, not by you, by the food environment. Grelin, the hunger hormone, once rose and fell predictably with genuine energy needs. Now it spikes randomly, triggered by food cues, stress, advertising, the smell of a bakery. Your hormones are responding to a world designed to make you hungry whether you need food or not. Your ancestors' hormones responded to reality. Yours respond to marketing. The ancient hunger response was a complete system. Metabolic flexibility, 10 out of 10. Food diversity, 10. Nutrient density, 10. Gut microbiome, 10. Social eating, 10. Hunger tolerance, 10. Total, 60 out of 60. Every part of the system reinforced every other part. The modern hunger response is a broken system running on ancient hardware. Metabolic flexibility, 2. Food diversity, 3. Nutrient density, 3. Gut microbiome, 2. Social eating, 1. Hunger tolerance, 1. Total, 12 out of 60. You have more food available than any human in history, and you are less nourished than any human in history. Abundance and nourishment are not the same thing. You call it intermittent fasting. You have an app that tracks your eating window. You feel virtuous. Your ancestors called intermittent fasting, "We have not found food in 2 days." They did not need an app. They did not feel virtuous. They just kept walking until they found something. The metabolic state you are trying so hard to achieve was once the default human condition. Your ancestors ate until they were satisfied. The signal was clear. The body says stop, you stop. You eat until the plate is empty, the package is finished, or the guilt becomes unbearable. Your portion sizes are determined by restaurants and food manufacturers, not by your body. Your ancestors listened to their stomachs. You listen to serving suggestions invented by corporations. Let us update the chalkboard. 4 episodes: travel, smoking, sleep, and now, hunger. The ancient human body is coming into focus. 4 more to complete the picture. In the Museum of Lost Human Eating, the thrifty gene, labeled designed for famine. Bone marrow and organs labeled what we stopped eating. The seasonal ketosis cycle labeled the free metabolic switch. The diverse gut microbiome labeled the forgotten organ. The food-sharing circle labeled survival through generosity. These are not dietary fads. These are instructions your body still follows, whether you know it or not. The ancient human diet was not a diet at all. It was a relationship with food, with the seasons, with the body, and with other people. We lost all 4 relationships. We replaced them with convenience, processing, isolation, and marketing. And then we wondered why we got sick. The old human teaches us 3 things about hunger. 1. Your body was designed for famine. Hunger is not an emergency, it is information. Your ancestors felt it regularly, understood it, and did not panic. You can learn to do the same. 2. Your ancestors ate the whole animal and over 150 plant species per year. You eat about 20 processed ingredients and wonder why you are malnourished. The most powerful dietary intervention is not a specific diet. It is diversity of foods, of nutrients, of sources. 3. Food was never just fuel. It was community, generosity, and connection. Your ancestors ate together, shared together, survived together. You eat alone and wonder why you feel empty even when you are full. The solution is not more food, it is more connection. Next time on The Old Human, we have seen how they walked, what they smoked, how they slept, and how they handled hunger. But what did they actually do all day? No jobs, no bosses, no commutes, no screens. What does a human being do with 16 hours of daylight and nothing but the world around them? They survived hunger through wisdom and community. Now, what did they do with all that free time? How did ancient humans spend their days when survival only took 2 to 4 hours? The answer is going to make you question every Monday morning. If you made it this far, you now understand that your body is running software that was written when food was scarce. Every craving, every storage response, every metabolic pathway, it all made perfect sense until about 70 years ago. You are not broken. Your environment is. They understood hunger. We fear it. That is what we lost. Subscribe. This is The Old Human.